This video is dedicated to scheduling and to configuration of task and planning. Please watch the previous video where I explained the flow of customer connection in Splynx, and there is an example how to assign tasks and how to work with tasks. So this video will be more about the configuring and preparing it. We will tackle projects and configure the workflows, then we will assign tasks and we will work with calendars. I will show how to set up notifications and how the mobile app works. Let's go through it. The scheduling is located under the menu. Here we have the scheduling and planning, and this is my dashboard. So when I open the dashboard, I see all projects that are available, and this is activity here, which shows me what was done, updates of different tasks and different people who work with these tasks. My tasks that I can click and show. And then I have all tasks that are assigned to different team members. And this is a dashboard view of the created and the resolved tasks in the last 7 days or 2 weeks. There is also ability to download Apple or in Google Play the mobile app. And so we start with projects first. We define, when we configure Splynx, we need to define the projects. And here, for example, for internet providers, new installs, infrastructure jobs, incidents, sales marketing projects, or some kind of business activities that we can create as a separate projects. While configuring this project, I will have to set up also the flow. So that's what I would like to show you. If I'm editing that, there's a workflow. And we can define different workflows. The workflow view, so if I click new installs, it will show me 5 tasks. And what you can see there, that it can be a table or it can be a workflow view. So this is a difference here in this icons. So this is a table view, which shows me different statuses. Okay, planned connection, done, or if I click this way, so it shows me the workflow. So this workflow we need to configure. By default, Splynx has new, in progress, and done workflows, but you can customize it. So for that, we need to go to config, scroll down to scheduling, and there the first option is workflow. Let's open workflow. We can create a new workflow or edit existing. So this is the simple workflow in Splynx that I say new, in progress, and done. As you can see here, so this one is a stage, and each stage can have multiple statuses. For example, when we are connecting a new client, we would like to have a new status, like it's a new task, and then we need to have a site survey. So this can be as a second status inside the new stage. And this due date means that if we have the task inside the status for 2 days, and over 2 days, it will show us it will send us the notification. It will show us with a different color that this task is already due, and it must go to the next status. The stages are used when we have a mobile app and when we move when we click start work, so then it's automatically moved from new to in progress, and when we click stop work, it will just move to done. Okay, so these are the stages, and inside stages we have different statuses. When we have workflow configured, then we continue to our projects. When the projects are also done, we can add a new task. The add a new task is here. So in the list of tasks, you can see it shows me my project. So Splynx always remembers the last project that you were working with. So if you set up new installs and then you go to your dashboard, it will show you the new installs. If you go to your tasks, if you go to your calendars, it will always show you this new project. And so here's also option for filter. So you see new installs, new install. So this is Splynx remembers it. So if I want to go and I would like to add a new task for this project or for any other project, I just click the button add. Here is the title. I can select one of my task templates. And so there I select the customer. So this is the way how I can create a task. Another way how to create a task, you can do it from your clients. So if you go to your customers, and then there is a customer list, just open one customer and create task, create here in this option, create task. It will put the customer ID and the customer name here automatically. Okay, so This is the difference. As I'm saying, if I'm adding tasks from here, clicking the button add, the customer is not selected and I need to find the customer this way. So for example, Mike Warren, if there is a service, I can say, okay, this is 50 megabit per second power net. What is the project? Is it a new install or is it's an incident and fix? And who is assigning? So I can also here make a equipment removal or equipment customers repair, and that will load for me the checklist and the title and some description that we do pre-configuring the templates. So in this case, I can use, in the title, I can use, for example, repair. So if I don't like this, so I can just type repair and I will type customer name, and that will update and that will show repair for Mike Warren. So assigning is the person who will get the task. In my case, it's James Installer, or it can be Alex Cherry. And then if there are geodata, I can set up the separate geodata, or it will take the geodata from the customer data. Okay, so the schedule, I would like to open the calendar of Alex, and let's go here and set up to this repair to 1 p.m. Monday, and I save it. So now you can see the task is ready to be saved. The schedule, everything is done. I can set up the separate geodata, saying, okay, so that's Carrere de Pujol, number 7, and yes, missing L. It finds the coordinate and save it. So this can have a separate geodata that doesn't correspond to the address of the client. So this customer doesn't have address, so that's why it was empty. Save, and the task is created. So this is the view of the task. For me as an administrator, I can work with this task. If it's like an internal task for my infrastructure work, okay, I can work from here. But if it's a task for installer, then of course he should use the mobile app. Okay, let's reassign this task from Alex Cherry to James Installer. Let's go to the calendar of James and check if it was set up correctly, because here you see this is the Alex Cherry and this is James. So I don't want to display Alex, I want only the calendar of James. And I would like to check the next week. So you see, so that was added correctly. Also, I can use the backlog and say, oh, there is a one customer for James that is waiting for a schedule. So what I can do, I can grab it here and put it to 4 p.m. Done. Save. So you can see that now James has 2 tasks for Monday. How that will look when James will connect to the mobile app. So if we go to the mobile app view, here is the scheduling of Splynx. And this is the view of the James. So you see this is James Installer. The data are updated here. So there are some tasks that were scheduled for Friday. If I open the calendar view, I see that there is a Friday and we have 3 p.m., 5 p.m. here. And then there is no Saturday, Sunday, no tasks. And then we have 3 tasks that are created for Monday. And what we can do then, let's start one task. So this task is in a planned connection. I have a customer view. I can also just navigate to the address. So it will take me to my default map. And then I can just go back to my app here. Say, okay, I'm starting work. So he's starting work, clicking the button, start tracking. And that's starting to track this. Okay, when the work is done, I say, okay, the cable is done. equipment setup, condition testing, everything is ready. And the next step is to make a photo of the equipment, use photo, and write a comment saying all good. Or for example, if all is not good, we can say now something was not working, we need to come tomorrow. And what installer can do in this case, he can create a subtask from that. So that was this is the task, so it can have a subtask. So we can go to create a subtask option and say, yeah, please redo everything. Redo installation, no cable left. And we can do it again, connect. So this is the subtask to my tasks. And I can also schedule it and say, okay, but I want to do that. Customer agrees that we will come on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Save. And this task I can close because I say, okay, this task is finished. Even if we haven't done it really, like if we haven't configured, if we haven't connected our client, but still the task was done and I have created a new task. Here you can see that there is an option to synchronize data if app is not online, so it can make photos and it can work in offline mode, but then when it goes online, it can synchronize all the data. So that's all from the mobile app view. And if we do another share, I'm doing another share of screen, and here we can see that this person, he has a new task, again, connect client. So it looks like this is the redo installation. And if I open this task, I can see that this task is related to another one. There is a parent task, parent task, which is a connect client. And if I go to my task view, in the new installs, in the table view, I will see that this one is not just a task, but it has a connection to other tasks. Okay, so this is the parent task. So this is an example of how we can configure scheduling and use the mobile app. There are other also configuration options. If we scroll down to config, and then we go to the scheduling configuration there. The best way how to find it, if we just type schedule, scheduling is here, and we have workflows that we touched already. Teams, we can group our administrator to teams. Task templates, so this is important thing that I was using. So the new client, so for example, I set up that this is the task template that is using variables inside the task name. So it will put customer name, customer address, and the customer city. And then I can set up some description, and to this template, I also add a checklist. You see, so this is the checklist, which is called connect client. And then I have different types of the task templates. So if we have, there are two equipment removal, can just remove one of the templates and add our own templates. When the templates are configured, here are the checklists. So you remember we assigned a checklist. So I configure the checklist here. So this is the connect client. And there are items. So I can add as many items as I need. Test 1, test 2. I can take it, grab it, put it here, save. So this is the checklist that will be applied always here on the task when I go to my tasks, when I create my task. And then when I select the template, new client, loaded, it's grabbing the checklist. You see, connect client. So, and it has test 2, test 1, the things that I have added there to my checklist. Let's go back to configuration. What we have here is also project types and categories that will just help us to sort them. And the last thing is notifications. notifications are, we enable notifications to teams. So it means that the person who is assigned to the tickets will get notifications. And there are different types of notifications, plenty of them. And you can read them and you see that there is when the change is applied, so there it will send a notification. And also what it does, it sends where we have it here, work log, checklist notifications, reminder notification. So when the task is due or the task is scheduled and it should start in 1 hour, the person will get a notification. We can set up that he will get a notification on email. This is the text of the email. This is the template of the email. And then we have digits notification. It means that every morning he will get, or the person will get, a list of the tasks. So 9 a.m. he will get list of the tasks that are assigned for him for today. So I think that's all for now from my side. If you have any questions, just feel free to contact our support team or check our documentation. Thank you for your time.